Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Have some updates. Obviously, we'll talk about the elephant in the room, but thank you for everyone that did reach out to me and message me and did visit and so on and so forth. All those that asked how I was and checked in on me. I really appreciate you, and I probably already said it to you, hopefully, and thank you. So, let's talk about what happened. It happened on March 29th, 10 weeks ago. It's crazy to say that. I'm filming this one day before my appointment where I get my boot taken off, so it's pretty exciting. So 10 weeks ago, go to the beach with my family. It's dad, younger brother, and my girlfriend. We are there at the beach. We get there, we're at Laguna Beach. We're there for about 15-20 minutes or so. I take our skimboard, so I have my skimboard, I bring my brother's. He hardly used his, I used mine as often as I could, but haven't so often in the last couple of years, so it's one of those things where I'm like happy to use it when I can. So I get there. If you don't know what a skimboard is, it's a wooden board that you take and you throw it onto the ocean floor where the sand and water meet. You ride it into the waves, so you ignore all your basic instincts. And after you do that, you come back, or you like to skid on the side. However you want to have it. It's kind of like McDonald's. Have it your way. So I like to go along the sides. We get to the area, there for maybe 15-20 minutes or so. I do one sprint. I was jogging prior. This one I ran fast. I ran decently fast. You can say it was the fastest anyone ran on that beach that day. And then I jumped onto my board. As I jumped onto it, where the water was, it wasn't there anymore, so the board got stuck. And when I got stuck and I landed on it, I went forward. But before I went forward, I heard two little clicks in my ankle. And I was like, I just tore a ligament, and it wasn't a ligament. So I rolled, and then I see my foot, and it's turned the wrong way, and it's like displaced. And I see a little bit of blood, so I'm like, this isn't good. My brother sees me. He runs over. A stranger, a bystander that happens to be there on the beach. There's also a good 100 people on the beach already, so it's a pretty busy beach. One of those days. Pick me up, take me to our area that we just established. I'm the beach's entertainment for the next 30 minutes or so. People are still continuing to eat their food. I would probably do the same. Then after that, a lifeguard shows up. He asked me the following question after he jumped out of a boat and swam over, which was, did I hit my head? Luckily I didn't, so I said no. Then we waited, chatted for a moment, relieved for the situation. Oh yeah, prior to that, there was someone that did walk by twice saying that I should put the foot back, which we then asked if they were a doctor, and he said no, both times. So we just timed him both times. He just walked from one end to the beach to the other. So that was his contribution to that incident. Then after Aquaman was the paramedic firefighters. They came down. We were 3 stories down, so like a good amount of stairs. They came down, asked me the same question, did I hit my head, then put my foot into a little splint, and then got me in this little buggy chair, rolled me up the stairs, and then after that we chatted up there because I wanted to wait for my family. It was a moment where I'm like a little bit in shock, but also kind of calm. No pain, which is good. A little worried though. I was like, can someone touch my pinky toe, please? I just want to feel it. Feels a little weird, but I was wiggling them, which looks strange. So the family comes up. I'm like, what should I do? Should I go in our car? Should I take an ambulance? And then kind of debating it. And then one of the firefighters there was like, honestly, if I was you, I would take the ambulance. And then I looked at him like, you're probably right. He seemed like a very trustworthy person. Just his face or something. Here's a sketch of what he looked like. But if you want to know what he actually looked like, he was firefighter of the year this year, or it was last year. Either way, he had a mustache of Laguna Beach. So look that up. Firefighter of the year. He was that guy that convinced me to get on the ambulance. in the ambulance there was an EMT student, and he said I was his excitement for that day. So I'm like, that's awesome. Uh, anything else happened? He's like, nope. I'm like, cool. Well, there's my foot. Ask me all the questions you need to ask me for your stuff. And he was like, he asked me all the questions. I'm like, cool, good for you. And then after that, got to the hospital. In the hospital, they took X-rays. They saw I had a fracture of my lateral and medial malleolus, the distal ends, and I had a dislocation of my subtalar joint. And with that, dislocation wise, they had to put it back. So the orthopedist came in, him and an assistant. He was holding on to my big toe, had his hand palm on my calcaneus, pulled it as the assistant's holding me for some long traction. Didn't work, so he's like, I'll be right back. I'm like, okay. Comes back with 4 other people, so it's like kind of even on both sides. Long traction, good amount of people, a lot of screaming from me because my foot is coming back into place, and that did not feel good at all. Not great. Concave, convex, things going on down there. Wasn't a good feeling. Back in place in the hospital overnight. Next morning surgery. I have an open reduction internal fixation. A external fixation would have been the bolts and all that would have been on the outside, plus stuff hardware inside. I think so. I'm not sure, but I have the internal one, the ORIF. It's a whole mouthful. Anyway, so I got a titanium plate on my fibula and 10 screws on my tibia. That's pretty cool. Kind of one of those things where I'm like, all right, so what's next? Was in a splint for 2 weeks. Those first 2 weeks were kind of a really big transition. I had to make sure I was able to go upstairs. So I live in a 2-story home, so I had to go upstairs my first day. So after surgery, I did physical therapy in which they had me go upstairs because I was like, I need to do this and be ambulatory. Overall, we need walking. Well, walking on that foot, but just with crutches. First 2 weeks, third day, spilled some water in the middle of the night. Ironically, I was kicking, and I stood up because I'm like, I gotta clean this up. Realized that can't stand on that foot, and I sat down screaming because I stood on my foot. I just got surgery on. Would have knew. A few days later, tripped in my crutch slipped and stood on it. That didn't feel good either. Other than that, though, not too bad recovery wise. Made sure I kept it elevated. Didn't get a blood clot or anything, so I'm pretty thankful for that. 2 weeks after that, got a cast. Wouldn't even notice it. Got to see my foot. It was pretty swollen. A little weird. Got to see my toe, or I could see my toes overall, but see my whole foot. Then after that was another cast, which you may or may not notice. Who knows? Then when I got that off, that was fun because I got to see all the swelling had gone. A lot of swelling had gone down, which was good. Starting to get some good formation in the bone with the what's it called, the plate and bolts all in there. Really good feeling, but also as soon as I got out of the cast, I got into a boot, and that means I can have my leg freely moving, do ankle pumps, move it around, and the amount of skin that built up, that was a doozy. It was like a cocoon of skin. It was disgusting and amazing to take off. Kind of miss it a little bit, but don't want that to happen again. Anyway, I'm in this boot the next 12 hours or so before I have my appointment. While I was in this boot, I had to go from some weight bearing on my foot to full weight bearing. Yeah, because prior to that, in the second cast iteration of the cast, I was partial weight bearing. They're like, put some weight through it, just a little bit, but not a lot. Like, okay. And so did that, and with that, now in this boot, walking around in it fully. Went from 2 crutches, 1 crutch, small cane, just different public spaces depending on where I was going. And it's been a nice little fun thing. Got some fun atrophy on this right side in my calf, and then my quad, hamstring, and maybe glute probably. But yeah, now we're going to see how this overall process goes, gain my range of motion and strength back in my calf so I can run and jump again. Kind of something I really would like to do. Maybe not skimboard, probably surf, but you never know. Just very thankful overall, though, especially to my family and my girlfriend Lisa. Probably couldn't have done the majority of things without them and her. Yeah, it was a really interesting transition the last 10 weeks, but overall, it's been healthy to the fullest to an extent overall. Binge watched a few things. Saw all of the Mission Impossibles. Can't watch any other action movie now because those are pretty great. I can't deny them. Saw the James Bond, what's it called? Daniel Craig one. Still need to see the last one. Shows wise, The Strain. Pick that. Say what you want. I didn't like a lot of the characters, but you just gotta give it to Fett. He was a great guy. Okay, and the Doctor. And the doctor that there was a doctor in the show that like he discovered the whole virus thing, and all 3 seasons he's either sleeping with someone or drinking, and in the last season he's like, I can't do that anymore because he meets another survivor. He finds alcohol. She's also a woman. He's like, stay away from me. And so the 4th season they win. I'm sorry if that spoils it for anyone, but yeah, I guess maybe it was really what was keeping him from saving the world. A little too late though. Anyway, that was that tangent of that show. What else? You can watch Red Dawn, the what's it called? The prequel, or I'm sorry, the original and the remake all on the same day. You can realize the remake was garbage, and you can realize the original had some creepy points with it, but gosh darn it, Patrick Swayze looks great in it. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've consumed a lot of media. Just a good portion of it. Too much. Just gotta say, probably not a healthy amount. But I am downloading some more Gears of War stuff. I know I'm supposed to begin rehabbing my ankle now that I can move around more, but hey, gotta try out new things. Get to, Halo. Anyway, that's pretty much it though. So yeah, subscribe, check out my channel, see my journey with this, see how it goes. I'm still in physical therapy assistant school. That school put me in physical therapy. That's all I gotta say. That's no. Pretty thankful about that. I can still attend class. So yeah, you'll be seeing me in school, doing physical therapy for myself, still trying to planche. That's on the market, starting to exercise. Speaking of that, I gotta go exercise. So thank you very much, and thank you to everyone, and thank you, Lisa. Hopefully you watch this all, but thank you. All right, bye.